the discovery that demoted Pluto, the 10th planet. For more than 70 years, we believed our map of the solar system was complete, a familiar, orderly family of 9 worlds, circling a single star. But far beyond the orbit of the most distant known planet, in the frozen darkness, billions of kilometers from the sun, something was hiding. A faint point of light, drifting slowly, almost imperceptibly, across old astronomical photographs, unnoticed, unrecognized, for years. Its discovery would not simply add a 10th name to the list of planets. It would trigger an identity crisis for the entire solar system. A crisis that forced astronomers to confront a deceptively simple question. What does the word planet actually mean? And in the process, it would permanently redraw our map of the solar system. This is the story of a world that lived up perfectly to its name, a world that sowed discord across the scientific community. Today, we travel to the chaotic outer frontier of our solar system to meet Eris, the world that started a war over a single word, planet. A planet found in the past. The story of Eris does not begin with a lucky glance through a telescope. It begins with patience, persistence, and an ambitious attempt to take inventory of the sun's most distant companions. At the Palomar Observatory in California, astronomers Mike Brown, Chad Trujillo, and David Rabinowitz were conducting a systematic survey of the outer solar system. Their goal was to find objects orbiting beyond Neptune, bodies known as trans-Neptunian objects, or TNOs. Using the 1.2-meter Samuel Oschin telescope, the team captured wide-field images of the sky, then ran them through automated software designed to flag objects moving slowly against the background of stars. The search was already paying off. Worlds like Quaoar, Orcus, and Sedna were emerging from the darkness, revealing that the solar system's outskirts were far from empty. But Mike Brown was convinced something even larger was waiting to be found. As he later wrote, the idea that Pluto was a unique planetary oddball at the edge of the solar system seemed absurd to me. There had to be something else. So Brown did something unusual. He went back. He began manually re-examining old data sets that the software had dismissed. After months of careful checking, on January 5, 2005, he clicked through a sequence of images taken more than a year earlier, on October 21, 2003, and there it was. A single faint dot of light, moving at a glacial pace across the sky. Brown knew instantly this was important. It was too bright to be small, and it was moving far too slowly to be nearby. His first thought was simple and electrifying. I found a planet. The discovery that couldn't stay secret. The team began tracking the object, provisionally designated 2003U313, to determine its orbit and size. They planned to keep the discovery confidential until they had gathered more data. But planetary science is a competitive field. On July 27, 2005, another team controversially announced the discovery of a large TNO, later named Haumea, after accessing Brown's public observation logs. To avoid being scooped again, Brown's team went public. On July 29, 2005, they announced not one, but two major discoveries in the outer solar system: Haumea and the mysterious new world that would soon be called Eris. From that moment on, the solar system would never be the same. Redefining planet. In Greek mythology, Eris is the goddess of strife, a force of chaos who, after being excluded from a wedding, threw a golden apple labeled for the fairest among the gods, a single act that ignited the Trojan War. The discovery of Eris was astronomy's golden apple. Initial estimates suggested Eris might be larger than Pluto. Later measurements of its moon revealed something even more shocking. Eris was 27% more massive. If Pluto was a planet, then Eris, its heavier twin, had to be one too. And if Eris was a planet, what about Makemake, Haumea, Sedna? Where would the line be drawn? As Mike Brown put it, we were either going to have to add new planets or subtract one. The vote that changed the solar system. The responsibility fell to the International Astronomical Union, the body in charge of astronomical definitions. At its General Assembly in Prague in August 2006, the question, "What is a planet?" was debated and voted on for the first time in history. Two opposing philosophies emerged. One side favored a geophysical definition. If an object is large enough to become round under its own gravity, it should be called a planet. The other side argued for a dynamical definition. A planet must dominate its orbit, having cleared the neighborhood around it. The final vote was controversial. Only 424 astronomers were present, a small fraction of the global community. The dynamical definition won. A planet, the IAU declared, must orbit the Sun, be nearly round, have cleared its orbital zone. Pluto failed the third criterion. A new category dwarf planet was created, and in a single vote, the solar system was reduced to 8 planets. Eris, the architect of a new solar system. Eris was officially named in September 2006, a fitting title for the world that appended astronomy. Far from the neat Kuiper belt, Eris roams the chaotic scattered disk on an extreme tilted orbit that takes 557 Earth years to complete. At its farthest point, it travels nearly 15 billion kilometers from the Sun. Though similar in size to Pluto, Eris is denser, a rocky heart wrapped in ice. Its surface is one of the brightest known, reflecting nearly all the sunlight it receives, periodically freezing and thawing its atmosphere over centuries. Even its moon, Dysnomia, tells a story of violence, likely formed by a colossal impact early in the solar system's history. The Pluto killer and the bigger picture. Mike Brown is often called the Pluto killer, but that misses the point. Eris didn't kill Pluto. It revealed Pluto's family. By forcing a reclassification, Eris gave us a clearer, richer view of our cosmic home, one with not just planets, but entire populations of worlds. And Eris itself remains unvisited, a distant point of light, a reminder that the most important discoveries are not the ones that give us final answers, but the ones that show us how much more there is left to explore.